A big update for Phoenix Suns fans coming out of Las Vegas as Kevin Durant has suffered a calf injury that kept him out of Team USA's exhibition game against Team Canada. Will KD be able to be back healthy and ready for Team USA's attempt at a gold medal in Paris? We will give you that update as well as take a look at what Phoenix Suns' other star on Team USA, Devin Booker, did in that exhibition game. We are going to give you guys all the latest right here on Suns Digest. My name is CJ Pierre. Thanks for joining us. Before we get into the news, we noticed about 84% of you guys have been watching our videos since we started, and we appreciate that. But you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. If you want to make sure you're keeping up to date with all the latest Phoenix Suns news, rumors, and reports as we head into the start of training camp and into next season, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing that we're going to have cooking up for you guys as the summer continues. Now, let's get into this update as Kevin Durant has a calf injury, and we are going to give you an update on his status. As I mentioned at the start of the video, KD missing the exhibition game between Team USA and Team Canada, which Team USA was able to win, but KD was on the sidelines after dealing with a calf injury that he says he suffered while working out. The initial report coming from Shams saying that he was told that this calf strain that KD suffered is going to need about a week of rehab and recovery. So it's likely Kevin Durant will be out for Team USA's exhibition game on Wednesday against Canada, which I mentioned. The latest update coming from Tim Bontemps with ESPN saying Kevin Durant said he hurt his calf about 10 days before camp and is taking it day to day. Said he hopes to play in the Abu Dhabi portion of the trip, which is the next leg of it. More on that in just a little bit. Now, Kevin Durant has, been out there with Las Vegas with the rest of Team USA, with Devin Booker, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Anthony Edwards, and the rest of the team, Steph Curry on there as well. And Kevin Durant is supposed to be a big fixture on this team, projected starter. But obviously, with this calf strain, that's gonna have to put some of those plans on hold. As we know that Kevin Durant has a very close relationship with Team USA's head coach, Steve Kerr, played for Kerr while he was in Golden State. Now, Kerr has said that Kevin Durant is doing plenty of things on the side. He's not with the team yet, but strengthening, getting treatment. He says Durant's feeling pretty good, and they're hoping that he's going to be back on the court with them as they move forward. Now, Team USA does have a couple more exhibition games, about four of them. They're going to have tune-up games against Australia and Serbia and Abu Dhabi on July 15th and the 17th. Then they'll travel to London for exhibition games against South Sudan and Germany before Olympic play begins in Paris on July 28th. So the idea is, or the hope is that KD will be ready to go for these next exhibition games that begin on Monday in Abu Dhabi. But obviously, we're going to have to see if the Team USA decides to take a cautious approach with Durant. He has a history of, calf injuries. It has an injury history in general, even with the Phoenix Suns. Of course, primarily with that calf. That's kind of the report that happened when he was with Golden State in the NBA Finals against the Toronto Raptors, that he came out and played on an injured calf and then ended up tearing his Achilles. So there's that kind of trepidation that you might have as a Phoenix Suns fan. This is our best player on the team. He's playing hurt in games that don't, mean anything to the Phoenix Suns potentially, but it looks like Team USA is confident. It looks like KD is confident that this is a minor injury. It's not gonna cause any serious damage. It looks like I would assume that they're gonna probably put him on a minutes restriction of some kind in these next exhibition games before he ramps it up ahead of the Olympic Games starting at the end of July. So, Phoenix Suns fans, obviously, let's be cautiously optimistic and hope for the best. But obviously, KD is not the only Phoenix Suns player that is playing with Team USA and showed out in Las Vegas. Devin Booker started for Team USA in that exhibition game. Now, this is a big deal for Devin Booker. I think this is a big deal for Team USA in general. Devin Booker is kind of in the midst of a pretty loaded backcourt with guys like Steph Curry, Drew Holiday, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton on the team, and Derek White with the recent addition after he replaced Kawhi Leonard. So Devin Booker's got a lot of competition, but even in the midst of all that, he was selected to start that game against Team Canada in Las Vegas. And even in, split limited minutes, this is kind of handled a little bit more preseason esque with most of the starters playing about 20 minutes, even less in some cases. Devin Booker, showed himself pretty well. If you take a look at some of his stats, he played 20 minutes in that game, shooting 4 for 6 from the field, 3 from 4, from 2 point range, and 1 for 2 from on his threes. And if we take a look at the rest of the game, he averaged nine. He scored 9 points, had 2 assists, 2 rebounds. That's a solid outing for a guy who could project to be a starter on this team as things move forward. So I think this is a good sign for Devin Booker. I think having him be in the starting lineup with guys like Joel Embiid, LeBron James on this stage. You take a look at the Olympics and you obviously look at it and say it doesn't matter, but it matters to these players. They're playing with the best players in the world, and particularly on Team USA, you're playing with the best players in the NBA. Having Devin Booker be one of the starters, one of the key factors on that team, even ahead of a NBA champion. Jason Tatum did not start on this in this game. The starting lineup was Drew Holiday, Devin Booker, Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid. And Devin Booker being one of the guys that they selected to start and be in that opening unit, even though this is just an exhibition game. I think it speaks volumes. Steve Kerr's probably going to play with the lineup a little bit, and obviously that could change once Kevin Durant comes back. And he could try and see, which guys will fit. He may have different starters in the next exhibition game for all we know. And Devin Booker may come off the bench. That is something that I don't think Devin Booker necessarily would have a problem with. He played a similar role in for Team USA a few years ago when they won the gold medal. Obviously, this is Devin Booker's another trip for him to the Olympics, and I think obviously that experience helped one way. This could also help as the Suns look to build a win now team. I think it's very important that these players, even though it's Olympic experience, and yes, it's a little bit more wear and tear, if you will, having that experience playing with these players, it's always a beneficial thing. I think guys who go to the Olympics and play always benefit, and it really enhances their games when they get back after that during the summer. Expect guys like Devin Booker and Kevin Durant to probably take it easy over the course of the rest of the summer into training camp to obviously not try and put too much more wear and tear on their bodies as we head into the start of next season in October. But obviously, the big news here is Kevin Durant dealing with a calf injury. Looks like he'll be okay. It looks like he's gonna try and get back into the flow of things next week. Next week, once we if we see if KD is gonna be playing in that next exhibition game in Abu Dhabi on the 15th, we'll be sure to let you know, and we'll also let you know if Devin Booker stays in the starting lineup. That's all I got for you guys this time. Thanks for joining us here on Suns Digest. Remember, if you want to make sure you're keeping up to date with all of the latest Phoenix Suns news and updates, hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for joining us this time. We appreciate all the love and support. We'll see you next time and go Phoenix Suns.